One of Idaho's congressional representatives has signed onto a bill in D.C. that would prevent the sell-off of most public lands. Our Jude Binkley joins us to break down the bill and explain why some groups say it would be a win for one of the gems of the gem state. Jude?
Hunter, with public lands making up about 63% of Idaho, supporters say this bill helps ensure treasured spaces remain accessible for generations to come. From mountain trails to pristine rivers, Idaho's identity is woven into its vast public landscapes.
When we look at the West, it's kind of a uniting factor for everyone.
To prevent the sell-off of those lands, U.S. Representative Mike Simpson signed onto the Public Lands and Public Hands Act that would limit the sale or transfer of most public lands by the Department of the Interior and Forest Service. Any public land that would be sold under the bill's exceptions would require congressional approval.
Across the state, this is something that everyone cares about. It's something that everyone values.
Conservation Voters for Idaho Program Director Ryan McGoldrick says about 63% of Idaho is made up of public lands, and a bill like this would help make sure those lands are protected and passed down to future generations.
We're really thankful that Representative Simpson listened to his constituents. We know that he cares about public lands. He's been a leader on issues like protecting salmon populations, protecting our public lands, and he really listened to voters on this issue.
In a statement about the bill, Representative Simpson said in part, "Public lands were set aside for public use, and we have a responsibility to ensure that future generations will be able to enjoy the same benefits we sometimes take for granted today." As a lifelong Idahoan and chairman of the House Interior and Environment Appropriations Subcommittee, I have worked long and hard to protect Idahoans' way of life by preserving access to Idaho's public lands while ensuring the federal land management agencies are good neighbors.
I think at a time when we're seeing a lot of political division throughout the country, public lands and that kind of access to outdoors is one of those things that can bring us all together. And so it's critical at a time like this that we, come together and support this thing we all love.
Outside of being a place to recreate that many Idahoans enjoy, those lands also play a large role in the state economy. The conservation voters say public lands generate $7.9 billion for Idaho's economy every year. And Hunter, this bill has received bipartisan support, also being sponsored by a Republican representative from Montana and a Democratic representative from New Mexico.
And we'll see how it plays out. Thank you, Jude.